Hey, so I wanted to just kind of riff, hopefully coherently, about the law of attraction suggestion that when you want to manifest something, that you manifest this or something better. I've noticed that this is the subject of a lot of people's confusion and disappointment, I guess. And I think that stems from the suggestion that by manifesting this or something better, that you're essentially saying, I can't necessarily get the specific thing I want. And I don't think that is it at all. And I want to try, hopefully, my mind is kind of racing through this because I just read some posts on Reddit about this, and I understand, and I just need to figure out a way to get it into words before it leaves me. So somebody posted that they were confused about this, and I replied, well, I think when you have a negative reaction to the concept of getting something better, because I think, especially, let's just call a spade, this is almost always about specific people. And the idea that you're going to not be able to get your specific person, but you'll get somebody better, the idea, like when you hear that and that doesn't feel good, that is because you are attached to the specific person, obviously. And we all experience attachment. But the thing is, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being attached to a person, but the thing is, when presented with the idea that you will get something even better than that person, and it still doesn't feel good to you, my assertion is that has nothing to do with that person. It has nothing to do with your attachment to that person. And it has to do with some part of the desire for that person that is solely about you and some issue that you have with your self-concept. There is something, and I've experienced this myself, when I started out, when I started reading Neville, I had spiritual awakening in December. I had just broken up with somebody, and I did a bunch of imaginal stuff about him and everything. And I also, in the beginning, the idea of somebody else, part of the allure of this, part of what made me feel so good about all this was the idea that I could possibly rectify this breakup that had caused me so much pain. And here's the thing that I figured out in the meantime. This breakup was last October, and the spiritual awakening kind of started in the middle of November and then hit me all at once in the beginning of December. Since then, so much has come to light about my beliefs and my self-concept that it's apparent to me clearly that a large percentage of my desire to get that relationship back together was purely about me and the things I felt were wrong with me that had caused me not to get what I wanted from it. And so as those things have gotten fixed and replaced and time has gone by and things are different for me now, there's still a genuine desire for that person. Although I don't think about it often, I don't really do much in the way of putting any intention on that manifesting. But it's become clear to me, that a big part of the attachment had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with our relationship or my love for him or anything. A huge part of that was about me and my self-concept, and the part of it that was about that, my self-concept, was the part that railed against the idea of or something better. When I think you have something specific that you want, and it's a genuine desire that springs from something that is essentially in line with you, who you want to be, and your, whatever your higher self, and you have communicated about and decided you want for your life. I think when you have that, a desire for a specific thing, the idea of getting something better than that just seems awesome, because you want this, like, I'll link to a video I have below about something that is benign, that nobody would have super attachment to, which is this product line that I wanted to carry for my store. I have an online retail store, and basically, long story short, I got rejected for this account, and I really wanted this specific thing, and I ended up eventually getting it through kind of a really strange series of events. But that desire, like if I had been given the option of something even better than that, that would have been great, because I didn't have like a super attachment to this specific thing. And yet I still got the exact specific thing. I guess the point I'm trying to illustrate is that when you're coming at something, and there's no issues with your own self-concept involved, there's no trying to right the wrongs of the past through, getting a certain thing or proving something to somebody, all these ego things, when those aren't there, the idea of getting something better would excite you. That would be a good feeling. That would be, oh my God, I want this thing. I think this is a thing that'll make me happy, but I might get something even better that will make me even happier. Holy shit, I can't even imagine how amazing that would be. Bring it on. Like, that's, I think, the emotion, the response to the idea of getting something better, that you have when you're coming at something from the place that effortlessly creates things. I'm not saying that you can't create a specific thing from the wrong mental headspace. I'm not saying you can either. I'm just saying that's not my point with this. My point is, and I think the point of the law of attraction people, when they say wish for something better or be open to something better, is because why wouldn't you be? Like, why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be open to that? You could still focus on your specific desire and you'll probably get it. But if you don't and you get something better, that's a good thing. That's not something that should bring on a feeling of heartbreak. And I think when you have a specific person, that is where this usually comes from. I know for some people, maybe it's money, but for a lot of people that are just like, or something better, I don't want something better, I want this specific person. I think that it's really beneficial. You don't have to let go of the specific desire for the specific person. But if you look into why you have that reaction, if you look into why am I so attached to this person, there are all kinds of gifts in there for you if you're willing to look through it and figure it out. You will come out on the other side a better person, and you will probably still end up getting that specific thing. But the thing is, here's the thing, if you don't look through it and you don't figure out what that resistance to something better coming into your life is, if you don't figure out what the attachment is coming from, you're passing up on an opportunity to essentially grow and evolve as a person who might then want something else. You might save yourself a lot of bullshit time, wasted on trying to manifest this person, wasted on a new iteration of a relationship with this person that still doesn't work out because you still haven't corrected, these things about you that are going to eventually come up. I think many times you will find that you evolve beyond that specific desire. And if you don't, like I'm saying, I had this desire for a specific person in December, and there were all kinds of issues that were wrapped into that relationship and breakup for me that I have slogged through, and come out on the other side, and things are so much better, and everything is just happening the way it's supposed to and everything. And here I am 6 months later, and after only about 2 months of exploring this, my really strong desire for that specific person dropped away. When I just clear my mind right now and I ask myself, would I like for that to happen still? Like, do I still love him? Do I still want that to happen? Yes. You know, it's still there. There's still a genuine desire there. It didn't just disappear. To me, that tells me that, you know, there's something to it. But at the same time, it's such a non-issue. It's taken on the importance of less importance than this video I'm going to link to about this account that it's like, it's lower than that. Because I think when you get to the right place, a place where you could really make stuff happen, there's a certain approach to it, a certain feeling about it, that is not at all incompatible with the idea of being open to something better. Like, you don't even have to think about something better. This idea that when you're trying to manifest something, if you're thinking about it or you're affirming about it, and then, like, I don't personally say, oh, I'm blah, 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 or something better. Like, that doesn't even enter into my mind, but it's just like an overall openness that's, I think, naturally there when you don't have an attachment to something that is coming from a problem. So I don't know whether or not this is going to help anybody out. It's probably just going to piss a bunch of people off. I don't know. But this seems really obvious to me. This is really clear to me that there's no conflict. Once again, you know, I always say there seems to be conflict between this group and that group. Law of attraction says you can't get a specific thing, or you shouldn't. Neville Goddard says you should, or something, which I've never even seen anything from Neville that suggests to me that he's a specific thing person. But the point I'm trying to make is there's no conflict. When you're coming at this from the right place, the idea of getting something better should blow your mind, you know? I don't know. There should be no resistance to that idea, I think, when you are in the right place to receive the thing that you specifically want. And then you'll probably just end up getting the thing you specifically want. Anyway, it's like 100 degrees out and I'm in my car, so I gotta go.